Hi, this is Keith Childress of Practical CATIA Training. I just wanted to remind you before we get started that if you wanted to view a high definition version of this video tutorial, please go to my website at practicalcatia.com and click on the tutorials link. Or if you'd like, you can just type in and FMT equals 18 to the address for the current YouTube video. The high definition version is much easier to see and the audio is better too. So, all right, let's get down to business here. What I want to do today is show you how to use the mouse to rotate, pan, and zoom. Before we get started with that, let me talk a little bit about the mouse. In order to do what we're about to do, you're going to need to be using a 3-button mouse. Most mice these days have a scroll wheel, and that scroll wheel doubles as a button. So when I say depress the middle mouse button, you're going to depress the scroll wheel button. What I like to use is a 4-button mouse. In other words, it's got 3 buttons on top and it's got 1 button on the side where your thumb goes. The mouse that I'm using right now is an IBM mouse with a thumb button on the side. I've also used Logitech mice that have the thumb button on the side. And what you can do is the software that comes with the mouse, you can actually program that thumb button to have the same functionality as the middle mouse button. Now the reason I do that is I just find it awkward to try to depress the 3 buttons on top with my hand. I find it much easier to depress the thumb button for middle mouse button functionality, and I think you'll see when I get into this what I mean by that. Okay, let's start by going up here to the View toolbar. This is the View toolbar here, and we have a tool called Pan. I'm going to select Pan, and then I'm going to depress my left mouse button, and you'll see that as I drag my mouse, I'm panning the part that's on the screen. Now to do that with the mouse, all you do is depress the middle mouse button, or in my case the thumb button. And every time you depress it and move the mouse, you're panning the part. It's that simple. Okay, the next one is rotate. I'm going to select the rotate tool. I'm going to place my cursor over the part. I'm going to press the left mouse button and drag the mouse. And you'll see that as I drag the mouse, I'm rotating the part. Now to do that with the mouse button, all you do is depress the middle mouse button, hold it down, and then depress the left or right mouse buttons. Now you're depressing them simultaneously. Again, depress the center button first, then the left or right mouse button. Now it's very important that you depress the middle mouse button first. If you depress the left mouse button first, then the middle mouse button, it actually wants to interpret that as a copy and paste functionality. What I also instruct my students in class is to make sure that when you're first learning how to use the mouse, don't put your cursor over the part when you're trying to do a rotate with the mouse. The reason being, if your cursor is over the part and you accidentally depress the left mouse button before the middle mouse button, it's going to interpret that as a copy and paste function. You're going to end up pasting a feature right on top of another feature. You may not know you've done it until you try to put a hole in the part or fillet it. So again, what I recommend you do is put your cursor, let's say above the part, depress the middle mouse button, then depress the left or right mouse buttons, then drag the mouse. If you wanted to look at the bottom of the part, you'd put your cursor underneath the part, depress the middle mouse button, depress the left mouse button, and move it up. Again, if you wanted to look left to right, you'd put your cursor to the left of the part, depress the middle mouse button, and then the left or right mouse button, and drag your cursor towards the center of the screen. So it's really that easy. Okay, now let's go back up to the View toolbar. We have Zoom in, and we have Zoom out. Now you'll notice that there seems to be like a ratio of zoom. So when I click on the zoom in, it moves up a certain amount. If I click on zoom out, it moves out a certain amount. That's like some kind of a ratio they've got built into the software. Now watch what I can do when I use the mouse to do a zoom. What I'm going to do is depress the middle mouse button and then click and release the left or right mouse button and then drag the mouse up or down. When I drag it up, I'm zooming in. When I drag the mouse down, I'm zooming out. So again, you depress the middle mouse button and then depress and release the left or right mouse button and then move the mouse cursor up and down. Okay, now what they've also built in is functionality where you can use the middle mouse button in conjunction with the control key on the keyboard. So now watch what happens when I depress the control key on the keyboard, then the middle mouse button. I zoom. Okay? If I depress the middle mouse button first, then the control key, I rotate. So once again, control key, middle mouse button is zoom, middle mouse button control key is rotate. So let me just go through it one more time real quick. If I want to use the mouse to pan, I depress the middle mouse button and I drag the mouse and I'm panning. If I want to rotate, the first thing to do is decide how you want to rotate. If you want to look at the top of the part, put your cursor above the part, depress the middle mouse button, and then depress the left mouse button or the right mouse button, and then drag the mouse towards the center of the screen. If you want to zoom, kind of put your cursor in the middle of the screen, depress the middle mouse button, and then click and release the left or right mouse button, and then drag the mouse up or down, like that. That's pretty much all there is to it, to using the mouse to do rotate, pan, and zoom in CATIA V5. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and please visit our website at www.practicalcatia.com. This is Keith Childress, and I thank you for joining us.